Hello everybody, my name is Nadia Castaño Noriña and I'm going to share with you the origins of language curriculum. This presentation is divided in 5 sections. Those are origins, new methods, evolution, curriculum and syllabus, and references. In order to understand how this started, it is necessary to get to know what is the definition of language curriculum. Language curriculum has different components such as need analysis, teaching, learning, objectives, materials, and assessment. But how did this start? It starts with the definition of syllabus. This is a major factor in language teaching and is focused on the content of a course, really beginning a key of stimulus. The teaching methods changes for better methods. However, how should curriculum be developed and implemented? What should be taught? It is necessary to get to know a little bit about history. Those are the methods that teachers have been implemented through the history. The grammar translation method, the direct method, the audiolingual method, the reading method, the situational method, and the present communicative approach after 1970s. However, what should be taught and how should be taught? People answer these questions by focusing on specific types of selection, vocabulary selection and grammar selection. Who should decide what vocabulary is taught? What words should be included? Should textbook companies decide? Lee and Richards conduct a textbook analysis of 5 textbooks. Out of the 5 textbooks, only 77 words were in all 5. So, then, how do we decide? Is there an alternative? Which one? There is an alternative. Could be vocabulary frequency. This is a way to decide which words to include in instruction. Unfortunately, frequency doesn't always lend itself to usefulness, so what words should be taught? It is necessary to take into account factors like teachability, availability, similarity, coverage, and defining power. Another alternative could be with grammar. In 1920, there was the traditional method focused on patterns, structures, based on time, teacher-centered, and students as passive subjects. In 1930, there were 2 models like graduation and sequencing. Graduation was based on linguistic distance, intrinsic difficulty, communicative need, frequency, and more focus on the students. In sequencing, we can find linear and cyclical. Linear, one at a time, cyclical, grammar concept. But what to do next? We have many methods here, we have many strategies, but what can we do with all those previous strategies? Taking into account that we know what we are teaching and how, a syllabus is essential. Early assumptions in syllabus design. The basic unit of language is vocabulary and grammar. Learners have the same needs as though needs are related with language. Learner needs are only based on language needs. When they learn English, the problems will be solved. Textbook determine the process of language. But what is the difference between curriculum and syllabus? Syllabus is contextually diminished view of curriculum design. Approach, stages, and principles may be applied equally to syllabus design and curriculum design. However, Richards defines syllabus like a specification of the content of the course of teaching and lists what will be taught and tests. It means that syllabus makes part of language curriculum, that takes into account organizing the course, conceptualizing content, assessing needs, formulating goals and objectives, developing materials, designing assessment, taking into account the context and the beliefs. It is a holistic process. Finally, we can say that language curriculum development is a set of features like assessment, aims and objectives, content, learning activities, teacher role, materials and resources, grouping, location, and time. So, what was necessary to evolve from syllabus to curriculum development? It is because it includes more aspects like needs of learners, objectives for a program, appropriate syllabus, course structure, teaching methods, materials, evaluation, expectation of the program, learning and teaching styles, settings where teaching takes place, organizational structure, and careful planning. This presentation was taken from Richards' Curriculum Development in Language Teaching, and it goes for the teacher Edwin Londonian for the course Language Curriculum Development. Thanks for watching.